The Last Passenger, a 10-minute horror story. The rain hammered against the windshield as Imran drove his taxi through the empty highway. It was nearly midnight. The roads outside the city were deserted, and the storm had become worse with every passing minute. Imran checked the clock. 11:57 p.m. One last ride, he whispered. Then I'm going home. His phone suddenly buzzed. A ride request. The pickup location was strange. A road deep inside the old forest outside town. Imran frowned. Nobody lived there, but the fare was high. Very high. Without thinking much, he accepted. 20 minutes later, he arrived at the location. The rain had stopped. The forest stood silent, too silent, not even insects could be heard. Then he saw her, a young woman standing beside the road. She wore a white dress. Her long black hair covered most of her face. She wasn't carrying a phone. She wasn't carrying a bag. She simply stood there motionless. Waiting. Imran rolled down the window. Are you the passenger? The woman slowly nodded. The rear door opened. She got inside. The moment she sat down, the temperature inside the taxi dropped. Imran shivered. Where to? He asked. The woman remained silent. A few seconds later she spoke. Her voice sounded distant, like it came from somewhere underwater. Take me to Blackwood Cemetery. Imran froze. Blackwood Cemetery had been abandoned for decades. Nobody was buried there anymore. Still, he started driving. The ride continued in complete silence. Imran glanced into the rear-view mirror. The woman sat perfectly still, her face hidden beneath her wet hair. Something felt wrong, very wrong. Then he noticed something. The mirror. The seat was visible. The back window was visible. But the woman wasn't. There was no reflection, only an empty seat. Imran nearly slammed the brakes. He blinked, looked again. Still nothing. His passenger had no reflection. His hands trembled on the steering wheel. Maybe I'm tired, he muttered. But deep down he knew the truth. Something wasn't human. A few minutes later, the woman spoke again. Do you know what happened on this road? Imran swallowed. No, there was an accident. Her voice sounded colder than before. A man was driving home during a storm. Imran listened. He saw a woman standing beside the road. A chill ran down his spine. He stopped to help her. The taxi's engine suddenly sputtered. The headlights flickered. The woman entered his car. Imran's breathing became heavier. And then, the woman slowly raised her head. She killed him. The lights went out. Darkness swallowed the road. For 3 terrifying seconds, the taxi moved blindly through the night. Then the headlights returned. Imran screamed. The woman was no longer sitting in the back. The seat was empty. His heart pounded. He looked around frantically. Where are you? A cold breath touched his neck. Directly behind him. You should keep your eyes on the road. Imran slammed the brakes. The taxi skidded across wet pavement. When it finally stopped, he jumped out and ran. The cemetery gates stood nearby. Huge iron gates rusted by time. He didn't care. He sprinted toward them. Behind him came slow footsteps. Tap, tap, tap. The woman was following, not running, walking, yet somehow getting closer. Imran burst through the cemetery gates. Rows of old graves stretched into darkness. Broken statues stared from every direction. The moon emerged from the clouds. Its pale light illuminated hundreds of gravestones. Then he noticed one grave. Fresh dirt. A newly placed headstone. Imran approached cautiously. His blood turned to ice. The grave carried a photograph. The woman. The same woman from the taxi. Beneath the picture were the words. Sarah Malik. 1998-2026. And below that. Killed on Highway 17. Suddenly a voice whispered behind him. Have you found me? Imran turned slowly. The woman stood only inches away. For the first time he could see her face. Her skin was pale gray. Her eyes were completely black. Dark liquid streamed from her mouth. And her neck bent at an impossible angle. Like it had been broken. She smiled. A smile far too wide for any human face. You picked me up, she whispered. You brought me home. The ground beneath the grave began to shake. Dirt moved. Something underneath was trying to come out. Imran stumbled backward. The soil burst open. A hand emerged. Then another. Then dozens. Rotting hands reaching toward the sky. The cemetery erupted with movement. Bodies began crawling from their graves. Dead eyes opened. Mouths stretched into silent screams. They all turned toward Imran. And then every corpse spoke together. Stay. The single word echoed across the cemetery. Imran ran. He ran faster than he ever had in his life. Past graves. Past trees. Past statues. The dead followed. Hundreds of them. Their footsteps filled the night. At last he reached his taxi. He jumped inside and started the engine. The vehicle roared to life. Without looking back, he sped away. The cemetery vanished behind him. The road stretched ahead, empty, silent, safe, or so he thought. Relieved, Imran glanced into the rear-view mirror. And froze. The woman was sitting directly behind him. Smiling, her black eyes locked onto his. You forgot to end the ride. The screen on his phone lit up. The fare was still active. The destination had changed. Instead of Blackwood Cemetery, it now read, Final destination, you. The rear door locks clicked shut. The windows sealed themselves. The lights went out, and Imran's scream disappeared into the darkness. The next morning, police found the taxi abandoned beside Highway 17. The engine was still running. The driver's door was open. But Imran was gone. They never found his body. Only one thing remained. A ride receipt on the passenger seat. The driver's name was listed as Imran. The passenger's name was listed as Death. And at the bottom of the receipt was a message. Thank you for your final ride. The End Ghost Crescent Moon.